What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shane's Movie Reviews. Shane here, joined again by the lovely and beautiful Chloe.
Hi guys.
And we just got done watching my 23rd movie of 2020, that being My Spy, not yet released digitally or on any streaming services, but we got to see it a little bit earlier than everyone else. And Chloe, I'm going to let you have this one first, like I usually do, and let's hear what you have to say.
Awesome. Thank you, Shane. So I thought this was a pretty generic movie. I'm pretty sure that this movie was supposed to come out about a year ago, and it really didn't live up to the hype because I was kind of looking forward to seeing it, and then we watched it, and it really didn't fulfill my expectations. It was really cheesy, boring. The ending was really the only good part about it, and you mentioned this, it really didn't save it. And all the good parts of the movie were in the trailer. So,
Those are all very fair points. This movie was supposed to come out last August, I think, but instead the studio decided to push it back because Batista, who's the lead actor in this one, and we'll get to his performance in a second, he starred in another movie, Stuber, and I can't remember the other actor's name in that one, but he is actually a comedian. It was like a buddy cop film, and I enjoyed it to an extent. It had its moments, but this one was kind of similar to that, which is why I understand the studio didn't want to have Batista movies in back-to-back months. It wouldn't do too well in the box office. It would have been a bit of a Batista overload, but instead they pushed it back not once but twice, and now it'll probably be pushed back a third time because of the coronavirus. We'll see if they just end up releasing it digitally or on a streaming service. But this one did not work for me. It kind of felt like Melissa McCarthy's Like a Boss, but toned down with the whole child and mentor aspect of it all, with a combination of Stuber because Batista was in it, and then of course, gotta have my notes here. I basically predicted the ending at the 20-minute mark. It wasn't that hard of a movie to follow, and unfortunately, the whole aspect of the villain bad guy in this one didn't work for me. It was you didn't even see the main antagonist of the movie until like the 50-minute mark, and the movie's an hour and a half long. So you're sitting there like you're just waiting for what's the point going to be. I mean, Chloe, were you like falling asleep? Because I mean, it literally
oh yeah,
felt like it didn't have a point until it got to that point. But once we got there, I didn't care.
right. Yeah, no, exactly. We definitely talked about this earlier. The whole movie just kind of felt pointless.
And it kept like tripping over itself because
Mm.
it was so far ahead, but then it kept pulling back. The fact that this little 9-year-old girl met Batista so early in the movie and they instantly became friends and were at the ice skating rink like people saw in the trailer, I didn't really understand how the logistics were off on how stranger meets little girl and they're best friends, and it's
It just
it's
didn't really
honestly
make sense.
creepy and perverted when you think about the whole thing of how this movie played out. And
Exactly.
Batista, he's fun to watch as Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvel movies. I'll give him that. But in this movie, it kind of felt like he wasn't trying, and he was more of a robot that was trying to play a human.
Yeah. And I feel like the actors and actresses in the movie didn't really complement each other very well. It was kind of a weird mixture.
Yeah, this movie didn't do it for me. I will say it was better than Spencer Confidential. That one was bad. This one at least had a little bit more personality to it, albeit Batista didn't have any personality. But the surrounding cast kind of picked it up. There was a nice little plot twist at the end, even though it didn't amount to anything. It'll give you a quick moment. The laughs were cheap. Rated PG-13. Not sure who the intended audience was for this because over that age range probably wouldn't care about this movie, and under this age range you wouldn't be able to see this movie since it's rated PG-13 and has some language that I guess was kind of unnecessary to make it PG-13. If I'm going to be honest, like they kind of just threw curse words in there just to be like, okay, let's make it PG-13 to attract an older audience, but older audiences would not enjoy it. Chloe, what's going to be your score?
I'm going to give it a 55%.
Oh, you raised it. Okay. I think you're
Mhm.
going to give it a little bit lower. I'm going to give it a 49. We're both very, very close to where Rotten Tomatoes has it right now at a 57%. This is going to rank obviously towards the lower half of my rankings of the year. Again, I will have that out in a separate video soon, updating every one of my rankings through March and the beginning part of April, as we are 1/4 of the way through the year, through the movie cycle. But for now, that's going to be it. We'll see what other 2020 movies I have to watch still. Amazon Prime, Netflix, and whatever else we can find on streaming services. But for now, peace out.